Now that we're in the fall and heading into the holiday season, we still believe the stock market and the S&P 500 can reach 7,000. In general, I'd still be bullish until the very end, and we've seen this happen this week as well. These pullbacks are bought. So even if we're weak today, I think we might rise tomorrow. Tom Lee offered us some insightful advice on his recent appearance on CNBC, and we should all pay attention. We need to be aware of what's happening in these markets and be ready for what's to come, because once again, I don't think the retail sector is ready for what some of these markets, like crypto, are going to do. Similar to how stocks and commodities move on a larger scale, the number one selling point for crypto is the speed and size of this market. This is why Friday's move ranks among the worst crypto sell-offs ever. We can anticipate the same level of volatility on the downside. Right now, one important thing to keep in mind is that, sure, we will probably chop for a bit more time before the market fully recovers. This is why, for example, Bitcoin is currently trading around 111,000. Ethereum is still around 4,000, and XRP is still below $2.50. Even on a 24-hour scale, most of the area is substantially reduced. For instance, SNX's DeFi initiative is down more than 20% over the past 24 hours. There has been a general decline in the value of older coins, with losses ranging from 3 to 6% to nearly 10%. As we wait for Bitcoin to completely recover, this chop fest, if you will, for old currencies continues. Here we will address it shortly, but for now, let's just say that a lot of it is about people attempting to gamble again. Also known as leverage traders, the last 4 hours saw the liquidation of nearly $250 million, with longs accounting for $212.5 million of that total. This transpired shortly after Bitcoin encountered significant resistance. You all know precisely what I mean if you've been keeping up with my previous vids. At the point of resistance, there are many who are waiting to be liquidated in the event of even a small sell-off. Because of this, there are a lot more liquidations like this one, which further drives down the market price. That is why I am so adamant about not using leverage in any of my games. There are a lot of unregulated market makers and exchanges in this area. A large number of individuals are so trading against you. Market makers are aware of your positions and will pursue you. I've also addressed this in earlier videos. There are a number of shady exchanges out there that will keep sucking the lifeblood out of their consumers for financial benefit. If you get stopped out, they will profit from it. In light of this, it is imperative that you stay away from leverage trading and cryptocurrency. Your odds of success in the space market will significantly increase if you purchase spot. Believe me when I say this. In my opinion, it's problematic when influential people in the industry start advising their followers to enter leverage positions without proper trading experience. They are clueless when it comes to leverage trading. They put their whole savings into it because they believe it's a get-rich-quick scam, but suddenly everything goes wrong. You should, once again, stay away from leverage trading altogether. In addition, now is the perfect moment to secure your crypto holdings with Itrust Capital's premium custody account or use their crypto-designed Roth IRA platform. Because it is a closed-loop system, you will never have to worry about the sudden disappearance of your cryptocurrency. The asset is kept off balance sheet at a ratio of 1-to-1, buying and selling around the clock, tax reporting, institutional custody, and live customer support in the United States. Their Roth IRA feature is fantastic in my opinion. For tax-advantaged trading and cryptocurrency holdings in particular, it's fantastic. You should do what I said and use this. Please feel free to use the URL and promo code I provided in the explanation below to receive a $100 financing bonus on top of the $1,000 minimum investment. Why are you all being so slow? Join now. It's the best decision you can make. Taking a look at the market on a daily basis right now, we can observe the widespread sell-off. Once again, XRP is down over 5% today, XLM is down over 5%, and HBARTH is down over 3%. The sell-off is not insane. On the other hand, when we examine this on a weekly basis, we see that many older coins are still in the deep red. Here is the daily chart for Bitcoin right now. All we have to do is wait for a significant bounce to occur at the same time. Thus, once more, when it seems my primary metric for assessing Bitcoin's visual appeal is the Relative Strength Index, RSI. I would love it if we can maintain the upward trend that we started in September. The same holds true for the price chart. This uptrend has been holding up well so far, and we have not closed below it on a daily basis. It would mean a lot to me if this could stay up. Outside of that, though, I'd want to see us maintain a position above important milestones, such as 113.4K. Even from this vantage point, you can see the opposition. I was referring to this when I spoke earlier. 115.40 Kelvin. Not knowing, hey, guess what? A lot of folks are setting up longs around that range. All of this is opposition. Suddenly we throw out all of that opposition and everyone is wiped out. Therefore, we must once again complete a number of these crucial levels. We must begin to observe evidence of this being completely bottom up. Following that, we will begin to retrace our steps to the month opening highs. Besides that, because of course Fed Chair Powell is going to speak in 20 minutes, today was a very important day, the footage is scheduled to be uploaded at noon. So the Federal Reserve will provide a more substantial update on a couple matters in 20 minutes from the moment I post this. This is the monetary policy and economic prognosis. Many are wondering what Powell will say about the Federal Reserve's move to decrease interest rates. Regarding the Fed's decision to cut interest rates, I genuinely believe that there is a 96.7% probability that a rate decrease will occur on the 29th. 15 days from now is the time we're discussing. It seems likely that we will receive another rate cut. At this time, the only thing that stands in the way of a rate cut by the Fed is the fact that Jerome Powell has used the trade war and tariff talks to justify leaving rates unchanged. In light of current events involving the United States and China, he can use this as a pretext to exclaim, "Hey, guess what? Interest rate cuts are not in my plans. They will remain unchanged." We should expect a major update on the rate cut. Thus, I am eagerly anticipating Jerome Powell's important address. However, this is being investigated by all parties involved, as there is a wealth of evidence available to us. Investors in stocks and cryptocurrencies are waiting for signals on interest rate cuts, with a 97% probability of a 25 basis point reduction at the October 29th and 30th meeting, because the economy is resilient, with strong third-quarter GDP growth and an unemployment study at 4.3%. However, there is still risk from potential tariffs and a softening labor market. There are a couple things that would make me wager on a 25 PPS cut. First and foremost, will there be any significant news on the situation between the US and China by the 29th? That's dubious. Is it still likely that the Fed will decrease interest rates even if there is no major update? So, in my opinion, we are resuming the pattern of the 3 consecutive interest rate reduction that occurred in 2024. Rate cuts are likely to take place on the 29th and again on the 10th of December. Besides that, the stock market is presently trading at around 66.20. There isn't much of a change from the bottom, There is unquestionably a significant increase here. Much obliged for your time. Have a nice day.